So this is our monthly employer demo that we basically what we're going to do here today is just have a really high level overview of the new insurance offering that HR Simple is providing employers now. The goal after today is going to be for you to book a consultation, a one-on-one consultation with someone on Valerie's team, so you can really talk about specifics, because as we all know, plans can get very intricate, and every employer has specific needs depending on how many employees you have, where you're located, what your current plan is like if you have one. So we're going to just do a high level overview. I will give you a link to book a one-on-one consultation if you think that this might be a good fit for you and your employees. And then you can ask very specific questions on that one-on-one call. If you do have questions today and you're not sure if they're too specific or what, just put them in the Q&A box. It doesn't hurt just to ask. And if they're too specific, we'll just, we'll cover them during the one-on-one consultation. And if not, we will cover a couple questions that anybody has at the end of this. We also have a few questions that people have submitted before. So Valerie, once you're done, you can just let me know, and we'll move on to the Q&A portion. With that said, we're welcoming Valerie Blanco. She's actually with EP6. HR Simple and EP6 are working together to provide this insurance offering. And Valerie has been in the insurance business for many, many years. She is our expert on all things insurance. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Valerie, to talk about the insurance plan.
Thank you so much. So good afternoon. There. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Awesome. So good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. So hopefully what you're going to get out of it today is a better understanding of the options that are available to you via HR Simple. So I'm going to start with the HBA offering. So what is the medical plan that we are offering today? It is a hybrid level funded plan. That means that the client does not participate in any claims, run out, or deficit. Each employer is their own sponsor. So it's not your traditional plans that you're probably used to seeing, your Blue Cross and Blue Shield or your Aetna. But there is no, again, run out or deficit to those plans. We're also going to show you how they have an open access, they have no network, no deductible on some of the plans, and they're guaranteed issue once your group is approved. A little bit of what I'm going to show you too with that is how we tie in all these different benefits and provide you enrollment and education. So you get a personal implementation consultant that takes care of that one-on-one experience with your employees, explaining all the different options. So it relieves you of that administration burden. They handle your eligibility management, so your new hire onboarding, and on a monthly basis, qualifying events. And we take care of communicating all that enrollment to your carriers. So you don't have to worry about your HR department or your payroll person having to go into each carrier website and actually enrolling them in these benefits. Let me show you a little bit of what those medical plans look like. So as you see here, there are 4 options. These are just options. These are the more traditional plans. And this is the HBA Alliance was really created for your low and moderate paid populations. So this is not going to be a good fit for all your employees. We are able to carve out separate plans that are probably going to be more for your management team, or if you want us to match exactly what you are offering and then offer a certain population within your companies, these plans you are able to. So just note that there are options for you. This does not fit everyone. On the left-hand side, you're going to see the Bronze Plus Limited Day Medical and the Gold Limited Day Medical. What it means with Limited Day Medical is that as it sounds, they have limits to the number of visits. What's happening in the healthcare world, and I'm sure we all experience it, is that we're having to go towards more of the health high deductible plans, right? $8,000 deductible. That means that the employee has to first pay the first $8,000 prior to the coverage. Well, what happens is a lot of the employees that are making $18, $20 an hour, they don't have that type of money. So what it's really doing is just creating barriers so that they don't access coverage. In this case, it's giving those employees the opportunity to access coverage, but it does provide limits so that we can keep the cost down. So on these plans, for example, there isn't any deductible. They can still go for their wellness visit every year. It's covered 100%. On the doctor visits, it's going to be a $25 copayment per person in the plan, 8 visits per year. And again, it's a little higher on the gold. The specialty care will be also a $50 copayment up to 8 visits per year per person covered. So once they do reach that maximum, they are responsible for the additional cost, but it is at a contracted rate. So it's not that they're going to pay that full amount as if they did not have insurance. But again, most people, for the most part, they don't go to the doctor more than 8 times a year. And we're looking at a specific population of employees that are probably not going to the doctor at all, just because of the fact that it's either so expensive to get on your traditional, PPO plan, or their deductible is so high. So regardless, they're paying $300 for a doctor visit that most probably they don't have. In this case, also you have urgent care visits, $50 copayment. So you're going to see that everything is based out of copayments. And then you're going to see on the right-hand side, you have your more traditional plans that are definitely available for your management, or if you're that type of employer that is still looking for that more traditional plan, that would be your high deductible. In this case, it does have a $5,000 in-network deductible for an individual and $10,000 for the family. Everything after that would be covered 100%. So that is more of your traditional, again, high deductible plan. And then we also have your platinum PPO, which has the combination of copay and also it's unlimited. So what you're going to see that the difference is here with the high deductible and the PPO is that it does not have those limits that you're going to see on the bronze plus and gold. And just, to make it clear one more time, we are able to carve out and be able to maybe offer your more traditional plans for your management, for your higher paid employees, and then maybe your full-time, hourly, seasonal, part-time employees, you're able to offer them some type of coverage at a low cost. Okay. And then you're going to say, well, some of my employees might be worried about these limits. We bundle it up with what we call our voluntary plans. These voluntary plans, like your AFLAC, your Colonials, what it does is that it also provides them an additional layer of protection. So in this case, as you see here, depending on your company size and your company need, we are able to bundle the medical plan with these options so that when they do meet with a benefit counselor, that benefit counselor is able to say, okay, if there's a family history of cancer, maybe we want to look at one of the limited day medical plans because you don't go to the doctor a lot, but let's cover it with a critical illness plan so that if something should happen, you do have coverage above those limited benefits. We will also provide you quotes with Mass Mutual, which is a permanent whole life insurance, which goes as low as 5 employees enrolled. It's a great option, again, to be able to offer a variety of plans alongside just your true medical plan. One of the things on the medical plan that I didn't touch on that I think is important would be there are certain limitations on the medical plan, specifically on the bronze and the gold. The chemotherapy and radiation is excluded, kidney dialysis is excluded, and then specialty medications as well. But as I mentioned and I just showed you, we have options for that. And that's where those voluntary plans are going to take place. We also encourage employees to always go to a freestanding facility when it comes to your x-rays, your MRIs, and PET scans. And that's pretty traditional even on your, regular PPO plans. So we try to, we discourage them to go to the hospital because that's when the claims are much higher. Okay. And then what do we do from there? So it's a little bit more than just being able to offer them the medical, the volunteer. There's just so many options. Again, what we're able to do is engage your employees by creating a project plan. And what it does is that once you have a meeting with your implementation consultant, what they're going to do is they're going to be able to design a benefit package with you. You're probably going to have 1 or 2 meetings with them. If you want to contribute or not, that is up to you. The first piece of information that you will need to provide is what's called a group health questionnaire. And what that really does is that it will allow, right here, okay, group health questionnaire. What it will do is that we are going to underwrite your group based on this questionnaire. So you don't have to provide an actual census for us to be able to consider you. Once you've completed the group health questionnaire, then we will require for you to do an intake form and provide a census, just so that we're able to quote you better on the different plans that are eligible. We do take into consideration that there are qualified waivers, right? So there are employees that might be enrolled in a plan with their spouse or outside or through the exchange. So a lot of that we will take into consideration when it comes to the requirement. But in this particular case, we really only need 2 eligible employees to actively enroll, as long as we are offering them the Bronze Plus and the limited day plans and the Gold plan. Okay. So that first step, that group health questionnaire, again, is something that your implementation coordinator will send you once you set up a follow-up meeting with them. Okay, and then how to do that, it is on the chat. Amy has posted a link to schedule a one-on-one, just so that you're able to ask more of those, questions that you're not able to do so right now. Okay, so let's say you already know you're going to move forward, you have filled out your group health questionnaire. Some of the things that will be created will be posters, customized video to create that excitement and engagement with your employees. So it's a little bit more than just, signing them up for health insurance, giving you paperwork. They're going to be receiving text communications, you're going to be able to register for an app. And when they register on Enrollify, they will be able to actually do like a virtual screen share with your employees, just like how we're doing today, and they'll be able to ask questions. That benefit counselor is trained specifically on these plans and in your benefit package, so that, again, it takes that administrative burden from you and your staff. Okay, and then moving forward, it's not like a one-stop shop. This is something that will be available. It's an ongoing support all year long. So it's not something that you would just do one time and then you don't have any support, anyone to contact. And because there are a lot of carriers involved sometimes, like let's say you were doing the medical plans and then you also do the ACLAC, we offer you what's called a consolidated billing. So we take care of all the billing into one spreadsheet for you, so that, again, it just makes it so much easier. And you are able to offer now benefits to your entire population of employees. Okay, and what's the next step? I think we've said it a few times. It's definitely to schedule a consultation so that you're able to ask specific questions that are related to the different plans that are offered. Amy, any questions? Back to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Valerie. We had one question from somebody that I know we're not able to answer it today, but somebody asked when they were registering, how does this plan compare to Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas? And that's a really great question. It's a good example of something that you would really be able to talk more specifically in a one-on-one consultation, because there are lots of different plans that can come through Blue Cross Blue Shield. That's something that you can discuss on your one-on-one call. Do you want to say anything else about that, Valerie?
Absolutely, that's very specific. So I would probably say you can actually give that plan design and your renewal information to the implementation consultant, and they're able to see if we're able to match it or make it better. Again, this is not your traditional medical plan. Just take note that this is meant for certain populations that really do not have access to healthcare, and it gives you as an employer that opportunity to offer benefits at a much lower cost for those employees. And then if you wanted to keep your traditional plan, we are able to match that as well. We just have to have that one-on-one with you to be able to see what do you currently have.
So you're saying that an employer that already has insurance can keep that plan through us. We can match that, potentially we can match that plan. And then on top of that, we can offer a whole other plan that maybe they weren't able to offer before to part-time employees, seasonal employees. Is that correct? Do I have that right?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Absolutely.
Okay. That's great news. So that was going to be my next question that somebody submitted. Is this available to part-time employees and independent contractors?
It is, absolutely. It's available to both. Actually, those are the populations that probably best benefit from these type of benefits, just because a lot of employers do not offer them benefits because they're so expensive. A lot of times they don't work enough hours because the employer does not have to contribute anything to the part-timers, to the 1099. They are able to offer it. Absolutely.
Okay, that's so good to know. The next question I have here is I know you covered this, but I just want to make it more specific. Is there a minimum number of employees who need to enroll in the health insurance in order to participate?
It would be two. Two would be the minimum. And
okay,
it's going to vary depending on your state. So that is why on this demo, we don't really go over rates, but that is something that we will be able to provide you once we get that group health questionnaire back. We provide you a proposal that has those specific rates based on your state.
Okay, based on the state. So so in order to apply for the insurance, you have to have at least 2 employees or more, and to participate, you have to have at least 2 employees or more.
Correct.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. I think we've got one more here. Can these plans be used throughout the US and its territories?
Absolutely.
We talked about this last time.
Yep, we did. So it's available in all 50 states. Absolutely.
Oh, and I believe that we came to the conclusion that the territories were included as well.
Correct. Absolutely.
Great. Let me just make sure. I think that that's it. Yeah, that covers everything that was submitted beforehand. So again, thank you all so much for coming. Like I said, we've said a million times now, the goal is to book that one-on-one consultation. So definitely check that out. I'll send an email as well, just in case you didn't get the link. And you can also access Valerie's slides that she went over today in the last link in the chat. And thank you so much, Valerie, for coming to do this. We really appreciate your time and help with this.
Thank you, Amy. It's always a pleasure.
Okay, have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.